Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Free Conversations. This is where we don't allow anything or anyone to keep us from living the life that we desire and God purposed us to live. So, we're going to talk about tonight a little bit about F.R.E.E. Um, and I have a guest with me. I'll give her a moment. And I have a guest with me, Juhanna Nixon, who is my partner in crime. We don't do crime for real though, but she is my partner. She has been my writer when it comes to F.R.E.E. She has been so supportive of me in all things when it comes to F.R.E.E. We'll tell you the story a little bit, but first I'm gonna bring her up if she's ready. Hi,
Hello, hello.
Johanna. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
That's good. I'm doing great. So, share a little bit with the people who you are, what you do.
Yes, so again, my name is Juhanna. I have been working with Miss Portia Green since 2017, co-founded at the time frame with her. And I'm basically a fitness, I guess, person. I've been doing fitness now for many, many years. I started back in 2012 with my own journey of weight loss, where I lost about 76 pounds. I went from almost 200 pounds to 126 pounds within a year's time. And during that journey, I was able to get the opportunity to work at a trampoline fitness park called Sky Zone Raleigh to be exact. And when I went there, I was just going there for just a regular, just part-time job, just something to get me out the house, from just being a mom to just Jasmine and to my husband, Antoine, just something to get me out and about. And when I got there, I explained to them my whole journey of my own weight loss. And they were like, "Man, we would love to have you as an instructor." And so I was one of five instructors at the time frame. And this was back again from 2012. This was 2014 when I started as an instructor at Sky Zone. And within, I think, 6 months' time, most of the people left that were the other instructors, and I was the one that was still standing. So I was the only one there for about 2 and almost a half years, instructing my trampoline aerobics class. Through that time frame, I went to school and became a personal fitness trainer and nutrition specialist. And just ever since then, once I left from there, I just kind of did my own thing, and I have clients and stuff like that now. I have another child. I have a 3-year-old now, but I still continue just to encourage others, uplift them, whether it's through fitness, whether it's just through motivational posts that I do here and there as well. But yeah, that's pretty much my journey. It all started with me losing weight, and then again back in 2017, around that whole time frame. It's so crazy because me and Portia, we're like mutual friends with someone, a close friend of ours, but we've become so close over the years. So it's kind of a small world in some ways how we met.
Yeah. So the great thing about how we met was that um we met through a mutual friend, shout out to Crystal.
Yeah.
Um and we when we met, um we interactions here and there, whatever, but it just had to be, it was this one appointed time, right? It
Mhm.
was this one appointed time when we just like literally, we actually, Crystal, the mutual friend, had
Yeah.
invited us to an event to share our businesses and stuff. And um, Johanna was there, and we was just throughout the event talking here and there. And towards the end, we just got really to, talking about our lives and what we experienced. And the great thing about that is that when we started talking about our lives and what we experienced, we learned so much more in depth about each other that we didn't know before.
Oh
And
yeah.
so when we had those conversations, it was like, wow, like I didn't know her like that. Like I didn't really
Yeah.
know that she, experienced all of that. And like in just those few minutes or maybe in the hours or so like that, we have
Yeah.
learned so much about each other and it connected us almost instantly. And we kind of been inseparable since.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so
very true.
we had, huh?
No, I was saying that's very true.
It had connected us to that point because we shared our experiences with each other. Like we became vulnerable, we opened up, and it was almost like it was natural, actually.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was like something it was supposed to happen.
Mhm.
And so in that, like we talked about, I was like, I always wanted to start, a women's group or something like that. But I just never felt like, God was leading me to do it or whatever. And so we talked about it a little bit. And as we were packing up, and then I think I had to go to Fayetteville that night.
You did, yeah.
I had to go to Fayetteville for another event.
Mhm.
I was driving that hour-long drive. The Lord just started downloading everything down like that day. And I don't know if it was the same night or the next day. I was
It
like,
was that night. I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. You was like, Johanna, I wanna start a group. Would you be like willing to do it with me?
yes.
Yeah.
So like almost immediately, like I just felt like, okay, this is something I'm supposed to be doing because all this time, like I
Mhm.
wanted to do something like that, but I felt like it just wasn't the right time. And then
Yeah.
like that appointed time when we had that conversation, like it was like what ignited everything.
Yeah.
And we hadn't turned back since. That was 2017.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Time has flew by and it's truly been a blessing. Like over the years we've had so many different just meetings just with other women to really dive into what they experience on a regular basis or what they've experienced in their childhood life. A little bit of me and Portia's story. We both kind of dealt with, abuse. I dealt with molestation. I dealt with rape at a young age, in my early 20s. So all those things kind of happened, and I had to get to the point of like, you know, finding some type of outlet where I can speak to other people about it because at the end of the day, your testimony is the story that needs to be heard. And being able to sit down with other women to kind of hear their story and understand that a lot of us go through the same thing. We don't wear it on our sleeves. It's all inward that we're dealing with. And still honestly trying to, just live life in a way that's still pleasing to God. And, you have your families, you have to think about all those things, but there's still that inward struggle that you still face. And so, in
Right.
all our meetings, we talked about that. We've even had just times of fellowship where we've gone to where we went to, I know we did the game place and, Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done like little things like that just to have like outings out. Of course,
Right.
we've had our annual conferences every year since we started,
Yeah.
and it's just been a blessing to get to know people, to have people there to just help guide in whatever avenues. We've had people in the nutritional side of things, and the divorce side of things, and all different avenues to just help encourage each other because we need it. We all need it just to have that sense of calling and know what our purpose is and to really go into it. You need to sometimes just talk it out, So yeah.
Absolutely. So we did a lot of things. We made it our intention to do something every month. Like it was like
Hmm.
we started out every month, and like we hosted at different places. Sometimes it'll be somebody's house. Sometimes it could be at
Yeah.
an actual like fun place to do something fun.
Hmm.
Or it was like literally in the park. Like, I remember one day we had a park. We were in the park and we prayed and we talked and we doing a
Yeah.
lot of different things. So but of course COVID came along, so that stopped the, you know, the monthly things. And we even settled, I think we did a Christmas thing together.
Mhm.
Christmas, we celebrated Christmas together. um we've done quite a few things, a lot of live videos within the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
We had a lot of guest speakers. There's um it's just a lot of things, but our ultimate goal was to empower women,
Exactly.
because we realized that um we needed a friend, right?
Mhm.
We needed a friend who we can be able to talk to, or somebody that we can trust, have a
Mhm.
connection with somebody in our lives, so that we can get through whatever we were experiencing.
Mhm.
So we created that environment for people to have that. And that
Yeah.
was important, so that people can feel that connection and they didn't feel like they were by themselves in the world.
Mhm.
Um,
Exactly.
just doing life. And so that's what Free is about. It's really about friends encouraging each other to get to that level and to get to where they desire to be in life. So, and them not doing it alone. Like, because a lot of us are experiencing the same things, but
Mhm.
truth be told, like, um, we just need each other. And like, there's been times where I've leaned on you, where I felt weak at times, where I felt discouraged at times, like just doing Free.
Yeah.
um, and just what I was doing, and you've lifted me up as well, as and
You've
vice
done the same.
huh?
You've done the same for me.
Yes, absolutely. Like, and then there was times too where people would come back and tell me stuff that was going on with their lives,
Mhm.
and I had no clue. Like, even just starting it, like I discovered people that were going through things I didn't even know. Like,
Yeah.
I just did what I felt like God was telling me to do. And that
Yeah.
was to create a space for women so that they can feel supported, so they can feel heard, and that they can live the life that they desire and not feel stuck in doing life by themselves alone, pretty much.
Mhm.
And it being a positive environment for that. Yes. So
Yeah.
we have seen a lot of growth. Like at first the group was like, we had it where literally I felt like God was telling me not to make it public. I felt like it was almost a way to protect the group and
Mhm.
protect the what's the character, or what, then I don't know how to say it, but it was a way to protect the group. So
Yeah.
like no outside, things
Yeah.
could
Just to keep it
tamper.
more private, because some people may not feel so open to really share.
Right.
So that's why we kind of did it that way, more private. But it seems like over the years, it's kind of grown to where, like, no, like people's story should be shared. Even though our page is still private, very much so, it's still a good outlet for people, with us doing our events and whatnot to really connect with other people that we may not like. There was one year, um, I want to say it was a few years ago. There was a lady we had posted on Eventbrite,
Hmm.
our conference, and
Oh
she
yeah.
didn't know anything about Free at all, but she saw it on Eventbrite and she was like, it was interesting to me. I liked that it was like a retreat with, the free massages and everything just sounded so good. And that's why I came, and she really, really enjoyed herself fellowshipping with us. But it took us kind of going outside of being, more private to like open that door up to other people. So
Right. And that's the crazy thing about it, is because we were still small then. Like it was
yeah,
still
for
really
sure.
small. And there was people that we had no absolute connection with that would find us.
Hmm.
And she enjoyed it, which I need to reach out to her, by the way.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people who really enjoyed it, and it saw, okay, maybe we should open up, like you said, to other people and make it available for people, because now we've established like what we're doing here and
Yeah.
what it looks like, and it isn't no judgment. It's a judgment free zone too. It's like
Yeah.
a place where people can just be themselves. It's no
Hmm.
judgment, because we all live in a life, and all of us have had a part of our life where we lived and we was like, okay, what in the world we were doing?
Yeah.
What in the world were we thinking during that time? But the world needs people who are not judging them, that they're accepting
Mhm.
people exactly where they are and they're free to be themselves,
Exactly.
and work through whatever it is that they're experiencing in life or who they are at that moment. Like people need to be accepted, and our one of the greatest commandments that we have is love. Love your neighbor as you love as we love ourselves. And if we're not
Mhm.
doing that, we're not fulfilling the Great Commission. Like we're
Yeah.
not fulfilling what God wanted us to do in the earth, is to love one another. And
Yeah.
so Free is about loving one another and sharing the love of God with people, and just helping people get through wherever they are in their life. So
Yeah.
that's what the intention was. Then were you going to say something?
No, 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 you good. You good.
So yeah, so we did start opening up, and then because that event was the mini retreat. So
Yes.
the
Yes.
mini retreat was when women came and they had massages. They
Mhm.
we did facials. They learned about mind, body, and spirit.
Mhm.
We did a lot of dancing,
Yep.
food. Like that was the tone of the event. And she did find us. So I'm glad she did find us that time. But COVID had came along and
Yeah.
just rained on everybody's parade.
I know.
And so we started doing virtual, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, we just open it up and say, okay, maybe we need to get it out even further. Like virtual is the way. So everybody's doing virtual. Everybody's in the comfort of their own home. They have to worry about getting sick or anything.
Mhm.
So let's do virtual. And those were a success. Uh,
Yeah.
the 2 years that we did them, they were really a success. What do you have
Yeah.
to say about that?
No, both of them were so good. I know 2019 was virtual.
Mhm.
And that was like you were saying, it's because everything was kind of shifting towards virtual. So we were like, okay, let's just try this out and see how it goes. And it was a great turnout with that. And then even last year with, everything with COVID and whatnot in 2020 when we had that event, in 2021 last year. It was a great turnout, and we had such dynamic speakers just to hear their stories of what they've been through. Whether it was, I think a couple women had dealt with things within relationships, domestic violence, hardships, whether, they came from a kind of abandoned home and they're living their best life now, regardless of what happened to them and their, how they grew up, just things like that. It's just dynamic to see how much people are continuing to be free and evolving themselves to be better, regardless of what they, dealt with in their past or even may be going through. Because, everybody's story may still be unfolding right now, but you're still evolving within it. And that's what it's about, is that continuing to do what things you need to do for yourself to keep evolving and being, you know, just
Yes.
doing God's purpose, man. Like that's in life, like Portia was saying before, like love is a gift. That's something that God gave to us that we are to give to others. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean that everything has to be perfect with individuals or anything like that. You can love people from afar and still respect them and things like that, but still make sure that you have those boundaries within yourself. And so just hearing all the different stories last year at the event, like you really saw people still loved regardless of the hurt, and still evolved regardless
Right.
of the hurt. So it's
Yeah.
just
And
it's
the crazy thing about the speakers though is because like I was sitting here watching at the bottom, like the speakers shedding tears, like they were trying to get themselves together before they got on like the
yeah,
video, but like it hit home, like it touched them and it caused them to realize that they were not by themselves. Like
yeah,
a lot of the things that people, would be abortions, where it be um
mhm,
insecurities, not loving themselves, like
mhm,
whatever it was, like people could relate to it,
yeah,
and like it hit home for them, and it was just like,
yeah,
wow, like, and that's a great feeling to know that you weren't by yourself, Like,
Exactly.
somebody else out there in the world is experiencing what you've experienced, and that's what we want to normalize. That
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to be feel guilt about what you've
Mm-hmm.
experienced. You don't have to feel shame about what you experience in life. The great
Yeah,
thing is that you can overcome and be free of it. And
exactly.
we're here to support you with that. And you're not by yourself.
Exactly.
There's this thing where people, like, these days, especially, like, people really don't trust other people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's a hard thing to build. Like, you want to give somebody your trust, but so many people may have hurt you in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and it's caused you to lack that ability to trust other people. And
Exactly.
but we are creating an environment where people can do that. And that's important to us because we don't want you out there living life by yourself. And we want you to get
Mm-hmm.
free from whatever you're going through. You got a sister that can support you. She doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
to necessarily look like you, but even if she does look like you, she can relate to you, be there for you, and not judge you. And that's what this is about, and that's what we exemplify that in our last conference more than ever, because
Yeah.
um we were really there and supportive for the ones who were even challenged while we were doing the conference. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we were really there to support them. And if you want to watch that, you can go on YouTube. If you can find my YouTube on Portia Green, you can go under there and you can see it. It's last year's conference. You can go there and see that again. But it was an amazing
It
experience
was.
for a lot of people. And I've got so many reports, so many calls, text messages,
Yeah.
messenger messages from people who were just totally, like, they didn't realize that they really needed it.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, and so we're doing it again. We ain't stopping either.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just getting bigger and bigger every year, and I'm excited about it. I'm so
I
excited
am
about
too. Yeah, I am too. Because even last year with the event, there was even a time frame where you could see that people needed that extra. And we were there to, like, let's pray over our sister. Let's pray over her. Like, she's needing it right now. And we literally stopped for like a good, I don't know if it was 5, 10 minutes, but we just ministered over her because it was something that was needed at that time. And that's what Free Network is about. It's about connecting to people to hear their story, but then also being there for them because you just never know what they're facing at home or just facing in general within themselves. So it was so dynamic last year, and this year is going to wow everybody. I'm super excited to hear from each person. Like, me and Portia already know a little snippet that we'll eventually share something. But
it.
it's just going to be such a dynamic in-person event this year that I'm super excited about. So please make sure you guys get your tickets. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot.
I'm so excited. And you remember last year we were at this point, we was like, oh, we're gonna get the little snippets and get a little bit more about it. And we were just like blown away when we got those
Yeah,
snippets. We was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't
yeah,
expecting this. Like,
yeah,
and it made you realize, like, also, like, you think you know somebody, but you really don't know them the way you think you know them.
yeah.
And the things that were said, even in the snippets, y'all, like, I was just blown. I knew it was gonna be good just from
Hmm.
hearing the snippets last year. And we're gonna give that some of that to y'all again. Like, because I
Yeah,
was blown. I
yeah,
was
me
really
too.
blown. Just even thinking about it again right now, I'm just like,
Hmm.
oh gosh. And then on top of that, during the conference, I was like, okay, y'all not gonna make me cry. And
I,
during this conference, I still gotta host the
yeah,
conference. Like,
I
can
think we both were right by the end of it.
yes.
We were,
It was by the end of it, it was just because you see
hmm.
someone and how they've evolved and how they've things, even in the moment, like, we can still get to a place where, or people can say, oh, I've arrived, or we gotten to
Yeah.
that place where we feel like we wanted to be in life, but we can still have challenges and we still need somebody to connect with us
Hmm.
and support us during that. And that was some of the cases when it came to the ladies that during the event last year, is that you can be in a place
Mhm.
Um, but then there's stuff you still got to overcome because healing is a journey. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
it's not a marathon where eventually it ends. It's a whole
Mhm.
journey. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
literally something you constantly live through.
Yeah.
And there's no destination to healing besides
Mhm.
the end when we go to God.
Yeah.
But pretty
Yeah.
much.
I
Um
mean, at the end of the day, there's always growth that each one of us are still, trying to get to, like, the older you get, yes, you may be wiser, but that doesn't mean that you can't learn something new. Like, we're all learning something new and trying to still heal from something new. I mean, me personally, myself, I've grown so much within the last couple of years just within free, doing free. But I know I have my moments where I'm like, I need, just to have that fellowship with someone, just to like lean on them or to hear that encouragement, and that's like what I found in Portia, and literally free is all about that. So it's awesome because you need it. In order for us to grow and be better, we still have to learn and listen and get that encouragement from other people. So yeah.
yeah, we definitely need that encouragement for other people because
Yeah.
like how else can we grow? Like otherwise if we're
Exactly.
not talking to other people, we talking to ourselves.
Mhm.
God, but God of course created us to be in relationship with each other.
Yeah,
Him,
have that fellowship.
him and other people. And
Mhm.
so we have to build those trusting relationships, and this frees opportunity. You don't have to like every person in the group, but you might find your person being here
Mhm.
with us. Like you can connect with
Yeah.
some people that you might um need to be connected with. That's what happened with me and Johanna. Like I didn't know I needed her and she didn't know she needed me. So
Yeah. It's
we
true.
just connected, but
Yeah.
we positioned ourselves to have that connection too. Is
Mhm.
sometimes we don't position ourselves to have a connection with someone.
Mhm.
And this event, I really feel like is going to be that opportunity for us to get the connections that we need to make the
Oh, yeah.
connections with people, to make the connections with ourselves, to
Mhm.
make the connections with where God has us and where He's leading us. Like, I
Oh,
just feel
yeah.
like this is an opportunity to make those connections so we can evolve and
Mhm.
live the life that God desires for us to live. And like, I want to say this too is that sometimes in life, like, we don't evolve because we're scared to take that first step. Like, and myself, I'm going to use myself as an example. Initially, I was a little scared. Like, no, okay. Initially, I wasn't really scared to start this group. It was
Mhm.
afterwards. I was like, what did I get myself into?
I know.
So now I got all this level of accountability from these women
Mhm.
that they're gonna expect us to do stuff, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh. So, but because I chose to grow and chose to evolve, it allowed me to make so many connections with so many people, so many women. To now we're close to I think it's 600 people in the group now. Almost
Yeah.
600.
Yeah.
So we grown, and mind you, like the first 2.5 years, it was literally invitation only. So we were
Mhm.
very like keeping it closed down, and now
Yeah.
we're in the fifth year,
Yeah.
heading into the fifth year now, and so
Yeah.
we're growing, and
Mhm.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really excited about that, and I'm glad to see like um the people that who come to free grow and they're evolving,
Oh,
and
yeah.
even you, Johanna, like I feel like you've grown and evolved, and like God has, because we're connected, like He's allowed me to speak into your life and it being exactly what it is that you needed, like in that
Yeah.
moment, and to see like you doing your fitness things again, and
Mhm.
like you're in your vein, like so. And you love it. So you're
Yeah.
living up to, what God desires you to live, the life He desires you, and you truly desire. And you can speak a little bit more on that too. I ain't gonna tell your story,
Oh, no. Well, I was just gonna it's something so silly.
girl.
But it's literally I will say some years ago I myself have been dealing with just like a time frame of just being really down. And I think this was probably back, I think it was 2020. I was a bit down. I had
Yeah.
called and talked
Yes,
to
it was.
Portia, and we were just talking in general. I was telling her, like, I don't feel like myself. I don't know what's going on. I hate this feeling. Da, da, da. Da. And she was like, Johanna, like, just do it. Like, step out, do whatever you need to do to get back into doing your workout stuff. And so I was like, okay, okay, like I know I want to, but I don't know how to do it. I'm like, but she was encouraging me and pushing me. And that's when, like, I kind of shifted more to like the collaborator side of things, and I started doing the fitness stuff on F.R.E.E um and I was doing that every Saturday morning and stuff. So it's like, I found my outlet again. And then from there, I grew to have clients, and and now I feel like myself again, but I had to get to that place of like, okay, let me trust and believe, like, this is a person that God is speaking through to tell me, look, you need to do what your purpose, like whatever it takes, just do what your purpose is. Like, regardless of how you feel, sometimes things are uncomfortable, but that's God, like, nudging at you saying, like, look, you're supposed to be doing what you need to do because this is what I've put in you from the beginning of time,
Right.
and so sometimes it takes that person to say, go ahead and do it. And what I am Johanna Fitness is literally, I've always envisioned it to be an outlet for just individuals that, have dealt with things in their past, to know that regardless of what you've faced in your past, whatever it is, like I said, I've dealt with my share of abuse, molestation, rape. Regardless of those things, I've used fitness as my outlet. Like, I've grew to be strong regardless of what happened. I'm no longer a victim. I'm a victor. I've overcome that. And so that is what I Am Johanna Fitness is all about. And now, it's just been a blessing being able to utilize it within F.R.E.E, because that's what F.R.E.E is about too. It's about encouraging people to keep pushing past whatever has, you know, happened to them. And that's what I'm about too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even, not only what's happened to them is what's
Yeah.
happening to them, like,
Yeah.
or with them,
That's
because,
true.
the past is the past, but sometimes the past carries with us and it affects our
Mhm.
present too.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
um, we just, want to encourage people, like, and empower other people to, in the form of encouragement and empowerment, mostly what I
Yeah.
do in fitness is what she does. So we're taking care, and the Hit Free, we cater to the whole self. We don't
Oh,
try to,
yeah.
like, every conference, minus the past two because it was virtual. Every
Oh,
conference we
yeah.
focus we focus on the whole self in a sense.
Yes.
So we try to design it where you're getting something mind, body, soul, spirit,
Mhm.
like all the above. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we're trying to, like, pretty much equip you in all areas of wellness,
Mhm.
and so that you can live the life you desire and God
Oh,
purpose
yeah.
you to live, like, literally. So I thought it was important well, obviously God thought it was important that we get together because
Yes.
he knew not only I would need you for support, and you would
Mhm.
need me for support, but we would need each other for the
Mhm.
vision that God had given us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So in the scripture, when I remember when I called you, I had went to church that morning, and I was like, the Lord said, two is better than one.
Yeah.
I can't do this by
I
myself.
was trying to remember the scripture earlier when we were talking. I was like, "What's that scripture?"
Yes, he gave me two is better than one, and he was like, I said, I think I need you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which, and she's been along on a ride, like,
Yeah.
even, with all the things she's had going on, she done had a baby. She, had her time. When was Adrian born? 2019.
He was, yep, 2019. Yep.
Yes. So like she was out going through all the transitions of motherhood and
Hmm.
having a new baby and then now having a toddler. And
Yeah.
so like she's been there like through it all. Like
Yeah.
she's been there through it all. And I definitely appreciate you and what you've done so far to help grow and build Free because it couldn't happen without you.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
you
make me cry,
contributed.
Portia.
Well, go on and cry. Go on and get it over with.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have done it without you. Like literally bouncing off the ideas of what we should do, what we should talk about for the month.
Yeah.
Um, we would literally have y'all. We used to have little sermonettes during
Yes,
our planning
I was
meetings.
gonna say that earlier. Like, I think there was one time we were talking and we were like, why didn't we record ourselves? Because we just be going in. I'm ministering over her, she ministering over me, we crying, we like it just it'd be like a whole thing, but it'd be so good. It
Yes,
literally goes through the week or even sometimes a month because it's like it's something that we really need to instill in our spirit. And we didn't realize that we needed it. But oh, I'm telling you, it's been plenty times when and it would be a few hours on the phone just going in.
yes, yes. It will be a long time. Like, okay, Johanna, we got to get off because
Yeah.
if we don't get off, um, something's gonna happen here. We're gonna be able
Yeah.
to tell it. But it's always been a good time. Just from even plan it to the actual event, like it's been mind blowing
Yeah.
from beginning to end. And like this is like it's fun and enjoyable to be able to help other people, and we helping ourselves at the same time.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
because God be giving us stuff that we didn't know we needed while we
Yeah.
doing on this planet.
Exactly.
And we're overcoming challenges and hurdles in our own life as we're doing the planet. Like
Yeah.
I feel like this event is stretching me. The conversation I told you I had before.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
I was like, God really trying to stretch me with this one. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna trust him. I just need to be made known that I'm stretched.
Yeah.
I am stretched. I'm definitely doing something that I did not feel comfortable in doing, and definitely relying on God and doing it. And you been there with me and encouraging me and said, "All right, we're gonna do this." Like, is what I needed.
Yeah.
Definitely what I needed.
Yeah.
Any feedback?
I think that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we if you not had already joined the group, join the group. It's at free. There's dots in between every letter, and it should
Hmm.
pop up once you search it. And if you have not already gotten your ticket to the Ultimate Freeing Experience, you do not want to miss it. We have,
Get the chicken.
yes, we have 6 speakers. Is it 6? Yeah, 6 speakers
Yeah. Hmm.
from all different backgrounds. We have someone who's overcome domestic abuse. We have someone who's a pageant queen who's competed with Miss USA. We have someone who's had some mental health going on. We have what else we got?
We
Someone
have
I'm
someone
not
that
gonna speak too much because I be giving it away. So
I know that's true. That's true. I was like, well, you giving a little bit too much. I was about to say something like, no, let me stop.
yeah, I was like, I think I'm gonna give too much away if I tell them that. Like, I was about to go in. I was like, no, let me stop. So I'll leave it up to them to share their story and their journey of becoming free and
Mm-hmm.
evolving. Because that's the thing
Mm-hmm.
here. Like, God wants us to evolve and be more and be who He's called us to be. Like He's
Exactly.
purposed us to be more than we currently are, and we want to help you get there. Like literally, join us in this event, y'all. Early bird tickets
Mhm.
in
On
July.
the 11th.
That's next week, y'all.
Yeah, June 11th, next week.
Yeah, you're right. June, not July.
Yeah.
Next Saturday. It's June. Thank you. See, this is not two is better than one. She got me. She got my back.
June 11th, June 11th.
She got me. So it is June 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Is the last day for early bird tickets. They are currently $40, but you can purchase the ticket also through Cash App. The the Cash App name is the Free Network. So if you want to get it that way, you're more than welcome to get your ticket through Cash App until the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
After 11th, you cannot get your ticket through the Free Network's Cash App.
Yeah.
But all the other tickets are online. We are still open for vendors and
Yes,
sponsors.
and sponsors. Yeah.
Yes. So if you have a business and you want to attend the event, or you can't attend the event and you're a sponsor, or a sponsor or a vendor, we do have other opportunities. You can just email us at the free net no the free est dot 2017 at
Yeah.
gmail. So that we can if you want to get your stuff in the free bags, your business cards, you can get those in the free bags for as low as $25, or is it 35? I can't remember.
I
Whichever
think
one
it's
we told you
25.
to take.
Yeah.
If
Mm-hmm.
I said 25, you want to give 25,
Yeah.
go ahead, because I
Yeah.
don't remember what it is right now. But if you have a business and you want to get your business out there, you can have that opportunity, or you can be a vendor at our event. You can email us for more details um, about the vendor opportunities or the sponsorships. Um, is there anything else that I'm missing?
I think that's everything. I was going to say we'll link everything in the comments below so you all have the specific emails, or the Cash App information, everything specifically. Because I know we have the name. Well, I think what you said was correct, but just in case, we'll put everything down in comments so you all have access to it that way as well. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's it,
I'm so
y'all.
glad to see y'all there. Please come. It's gonna be, oh my God, it's gonna be a brunch. I will say that.
Yes.
It's
And
gonna
it's
be
gonna
full,
be
y'all.
catered.
Yes.
It's gonna be catered, honey.
Come and eat.
There's gonna be music. There's gonna be dancing. There,
Mhm.
like y'all come. I mean, you just don't
Yeah.
want to miss this. I mean, it's gonna be
It's
the
gonna be
talk.
a great time of fellowship, network, and all that, you guys.
Yes, you just don't want to miss it. I mean, and bring your girlfriend with you.
Mhm.
Like, bring your mama or your auntie too, your
Yeah.
sister. Bring everybody you think who would want to be at this event, because I'm sure you will be empowered to evolve, and that's what we want to do. Like, is to help you believe in yourself,
Yeah.
so that you can do whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing in the world, because we need you, especially during this time.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
need you.
yeah. Mhm.
We definitely need y'all.
Yeah.
So so I'm gonna end it out, but thank y'all for joining. I was gonna say again, don't allow anything or anyone, I mean that, anything
Mhm.
or anyone, keep you from living the life that you desire and that God purposed you to live. Y'all be free. I love y'all. Have a great night.
Bye.